I recently played a Crazy Blast map, and oh boy, it was the best Crazy Blast map I've ever played. Let me explain. This map is really well made to me. I remember putting in its ID in FE2CM for the first time, and after experiencing it once, I was really impressed. It had one of the best gameplay I've ever seen, and I was genuinely having fun. I know, impossible. I was having fun playing a Crazy Blast map. So, what is this map that is so good to the point that I consider it to be one of the best? Well, let me bring you through the story of Snowbound Sierra, a tale of a hike on the snowy mountains that went horribly wrong. You are on your way home to celebrate New Year. Your cabin is located on the hazardous rocky heights on top of the third summit. So you try to trek the mountain as fast as you could in hopes that you will be able to make it to the summit before dawn to surprise your family. But little did you know that this hike would turn into a colossal nightmare the moment you step foot onto the mountain you once called your home. Immediately the ground starts shaking, and the tremendous force causes the lava below the mountain to rise at an alarming rate. What started as a hike back home turns into a game of life and death with the very Sierra you once resided in. You navigate through the mountain as it slowly collapses, causing debris to fall everywhere around you. And after a laborious hike, you finally reach the final structure separating you and your home. A crumbling tower engulfed in an icy tornado. With the remaining speck of strength left in your body, you climb the tower as fast as you could, knowing that the lava would engulf you and leave nothing behind if you were too slow. And with the final ounces of energy, you conquer the final climb and reach the zipline, bringing you to the third summit, finally escaping the Sierra and bringing you back home to your family.
This beats me to chest. Oh, it's over. Let's go.
The story isn't canon, by the way. I literally spent 5 minutes making it up. So what's so good about this map? It's just a FE2 map. In fact, it sounds and looks the same as every other Crazy Blast. What makes it so special to me? What stood out to me so much that I deem it to be the best among the best? To answer it, I want to look at another popular level loved by the community, something that shares one same thing as Snowbound Sierra. In Whirlwind Wasteland, we are situated in a ruined city engulfed by a raging tornado. The last part of the map consists of a tower climb through a flooding building where near the end the building is seen to be destroyed by a tornado with flying debris as the platforms that we must use to navigate on. This is the hardest part of the map, and in fact, it's also the best part of the map, which brings me to my first reason. Both maps have a well-planned final stretch. Both maps have a really difficult tower as their ending. In fact, the last part of both maps are probably the hardest and their best parts of both maps and their OSTs. And I think that it is the perfect recipe for the conclusion of a map. It brings the intensity of being so close to the end, but having one last final showdown with the level before you can truly claim your victory. And when you do conquer the final tower and beat the map, it leaves you with a really strong sense of accomplishment. Maps like Desert Ruins also try to simulate this with a really difficult final stretch, and while it sounds good on pen and paper, it gets very frustrating when you die to the same long jump over and over again. And instead of a showdown with the final boss, I just feel like I'm inside the casino gambling for my life. So I think that Whirlwind Wasteland and Snowbound Sierra both execute the final part perfectly. But Snowbound Sierra has something else that I feel a lot of levels don't have. If we travel back all the way to the very start of the level, we can see that a sign tells us the name of the trail that we are navigating. This doesn't sound like it does much, in fact it just sounds like some random decoration thrown into the map. But I feel that this one sign adds so much context to the level, and I think that context makes Snowbound Sierra stand out so much compared to the other maps. I know I sound like I'm crazy, but I feel that having context to your map is very important as it adds so much meaning to it. In Snowbound Sierra, we know that we are possibly tourists who find ourselves stuck in a deadly avalanche and we must hike the trail in front of us to escape the clutches of the collapsing Sierra. This one feeling really does add so much to the level, and it is definitely way better than just, oh, I'm in a junkyard, I have to get out, or hey, the car's gonna blow up in 2 minutes, I need to get out. I think context is very important into making a lively level, which Mirage Salon and Destination definitely also got, but the fact that Snowbound Sierra can communicate the whole thing through just one singular sign makes it stand out so much to me. Or maybe I'm just delusional and my imagination is running a bit too wild. Now, the final thing the map has that makes it so good to me is probably the most simple. It's OST. Okay, look, I know, map creators usually don't have much of a say in this, but just have a look at the start of the map. feel like the OST really matches the theme of your situation. It really does make the map and its context stand out so much more than it should have in the first place. You are stuck in a sierra about to be engulfed by lava, and your time is running out. Inside the ravine where the snowstorm is at its strongest, the OST also manages to do a great job at playing with your feelings. A wave of hopelessness, a feeling of being stuck in these snowy ruins that you know will stop at nothing to get you killed. All whilst knowing how little power you have in this situation, it manages to convey all these feelings through pure music. But once again, this is something that many map creators don't really have control over, so I won't rant on too much about it. And that brings us close to why I think Snowbound Sierra is the best map I've ever played. If you liked the video, consider subscribing, and thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Remember, all of this is just my opinion, and if you disagree, I'm completely fine with it. I just want to express my opinion about a map that I thoroughly enjoy, and I truly think deserves my effort in this video. Have a wonderful day.